Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is as much as I have seen of The Witness. I have been looking forward to this for a long time. There's a whole category of games that are very atmospheric, very puzzly. Fez, Braid, the Talos Principle, Antechamber, just these beautiful... I know I'm missing one. I know I was missing... I always forget one on the list. Gosh, like just these awesome, like cool, compelling puzzle type worlds, and The Witness is something I've been looking forward to for a really, really, really long time. Oh, I didn't even tweet about it. I didn't even tweet. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And now I finally get to play, and I have cleverly not spoiled myself at all. I have seen nothing. I know nothing except that there's the little plates and there's the maze puzzles, so I'm excited to get through them. Time to go live with my first ever playthrough look at The Witness. So excited. I will almost certainly be playing the shit out of this game. Myst! Myst is the damn one I always forget, thank you. So it's going to have some controller hotkeys up because I have a controller plugged in, but I'm not using it. I'm using WASD. Turn it up. And you let me know how the sound is. Again, I didn't do anything. I'm going to unplug my controller because this is so stupid. I don't know why, but on my computer, it always does this shit. Alright, let me unplug my controller. Hey! Like, for all games, I think I have some sort of, like, always have controller enabled setting on, because for all games, it doesn't show the, stuff properly. I now understand these settings. Oh, can I just say, like, this moment is so lovely. It's so lovely. Look at this moment where it just goes, what's here? Oh. So, okay. So, here's all the things that I know. Jonathan Blow, in designing this game with his team, did two things. Well, they did more than two, but allow me to tell you two things. One of them is to try to answer the question, what's the thing that you do in an adventure game? If you've ever watched Mostly Walking, the show I do on Mondays, we play old adventure games, and there's so much just trying to figure out how this object interacts with that object, and there's no consistency or logic to the world. It's almost random to an extent. And this whole idea of those maze-like drag and draw puzzles, which I've totally seen videos of, that is the core mechanic of the game. That's one. And there's another big thing that I've seen Jonathan Blow talk about with this, which is to try to not give lots of dialogue pop-ups tell you how to play the game. You figure out the game even in these tutorial areas. And so much of what I admire about a lot of really great games, even like Half-Life 2. I always talked about Follow the Light, Blue Light. If you haven't seen me play Half-Life 2, you'll just start going through or play Half-Life 2, whatever one you want to do, and see how many light blue lights there are that help guide you. In the early stages, or the early sets of Bioshock Infinite, there's a lot of framing like this. Look at this just nice visual framing. And of course there's that tip of the mountain is the peak of the whole island, which is so sick. Okay, I'm going to continue to fiddle with the settings. Alright, just one more. Oh, did I not do anything? Great. Alright. Holy shit, that mouse speed. I tend to like a pretty high mouse speed anyways. See, I see a puzzle, I go to it, It's right in front of me. Isn't that just delightfully framed? Like, oh my god, watch the way it guides me, right? Like, through here, okay, go there. And then, okay, it lights this cord up. So then it lights, oh, to the next place I need to go. And I see this little nobule up here, so I will navigate using my superior skills. Ooh, it's powering something up. Now, having played the Talos Principle recently, now I really want to. Let's see here. Oops. I want to explore every nook and cranny. And that audio design. Look how beautiful this game is. Oh, and it popped one thing off. That was so sick, dude. Oh. See, look at the little cord. It just tells me where I need to go. Oh! I'm just looking at the beautiful art, the beautiful clouds. Everything's so vibrant. Hey, look at me. Oh, I have this is actually probably my actual shadow. Although I would be a little bit, I have more of a classic pear shape. Okay, well, let's go ahead and follow the chords. I feel like this is what the game's telling me to do. It seems like it's a little quiet right now. I'm going to go ahead and crank it up. I'm going to go ahead and crank this volume up. We upped it by about 30%. Okay. Just gonna follow the cable. It goes up here. Alright. This is from whence I came. Great. There's very little sound in the game, just for your information. Great. Yeah, I just want to make sure that y'all could hear. Interesting. So there's two things that I could possibly do. Great. Okay, so it opens this door. So if I do this, this is just basic powering. Okay. So let's see. How do I... It's funny how this just messes with your brain just a teensy bit. I can't actually see a path to hop over. Oh. Oh, I see. Is it a choosy McDoozy? Because this thing doesn't seem to connect to anything except that it absolutely totally does. GG. Alright, so great. Let's just wander over here then. Okay, so then I can... Okay, so it's just a DO. Okay, so that loops... Oh, it's the same way. Oh, that's clever, because here's where you link that up, but if you go back this way... Yeah, you see, like here's the first obvious thing that you should do is here. I have to pass by this one before I even try to solve this other one. That's really delightfully clean. So this should now have opened up everything. If I start getting motion sick, I'm probably just going to up the field of view a little bit. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Have you been doing okay? You can't sit on the mouse? We got a baby cat. Hello, baby cat. Here, let's get you into the box. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way so you can sit really close. but not on my mouse. Okay, are you ready for a little meow? Into the box you go. That's my sweet kitten. There you go. Oh, she's in the box. She's in the box. Yes. Oh, she's such a sweet cat. Despy is like a companion cat. Sheriff's sort of like a potato. A potato, a fur-covered potato. Oh, shift, that'll be useful. I think, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to up the field of view to 100. Real fast. Real quickly, I'm going to do that. I'm going to quit the game, and there's a way to do this. I go to my computer, local disk, program files, Steam, Steam apps, common, the witness data, and I'm going to go to local, and let's see here. Field of view vertical is going to be 68. Save, close, close, and witness click, open, click, minimize, full screen vsync, high, go. There we go. Much wider field of view. Can't tell quite which one I like better. Just gonna walk gently. I'm gonna go ahead and follow the path. You love how efficiently I did that? Hell yeah, man. I gotta admit, I like it at the previous setting. I like it at the previous setting. I like it at the previous setting, man. For any of you who are wondering how to do this, I'm going to say it out loud again, which is to go to Steam, Steam Apps, Common, the Witness. There is a data folder. There's a file called Local, and under Myst, you add FOV_vertical. I actually think I like 95 is what feels best to me. So let's see. If that were the case, 68 to 59 might be 64. So efficient. So efficient. I'm going to play more of The Witness. Go to high settings, turn vertical sync, and full screen off. Perfect. This feels just right. Oh, did it? Oh, it did. Nice. Oh, I can start from here. Wonder what those little divots represent. Wander away from here. I'm going to keep exploring. This is the thing that really interests me. Alright, so what I like to do at these early steps is just try to figure out what the heck's going on. Alright, so do I need to cover all these up? Okay. Nice. A nice little tutorial. Got it. Cool, so I need to cover all these up, so if we go to there, then we need to do the same thing again. Come back. Is this like, if I do this, what, oops. If I do like this, and then I do, oh, so it's one or the other. Okay, so it's not a simultaneous thing. So I don't think it can be this one, because I'll either have to go this way and get this, which will prevent me from getting the other one, or go this way, which will prevent me from getting that other one. And similarly, if I do this, I can't get this one. So it can't possibly be that start point. So if we start from here, and we go up in our... like this little snaky pathy guy? No? I don't think I understand how these two things work. So I think it's one start to finish. So my intuition was to loop around in a funky pass. Got it. Boom. Boom. Okay, so multiple options, one exit. No problem. No problem. Okay. So I feel like we basically just did this, but this is a variation on this, so... Can't be this one. Because if I go up like this, I'll never be able to whip around to the bottom one. If I go down like this, I'll never be able to whip around from the top one, so it's not that. Could be this one. It's this one. Interesting. So I can resolve it if I want, but it's unclear what this has done. Oh, yes. Oh, Sprawn to Knuckles says when focused on a puzzle, you can just sidestep to the next one. That's useful to know. I don't know if this was like a little tutorial zone thing, but... Gosh, this is so my jam. I mean, it's basically just puzzles all day. Puzzles and puzzles and puzzles. Hey, baby cat. Alright, so... I don't understand what these symbols are. Oh, I didn't have my hand on the correct key. So if I just do this... Do I have to separate them? Okay, so I need all the blacks on one side and all the whites on one side? Which just sounds offensive with no context. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh. I mean, that just sounds really bad. So this means that I should... like this? So this is interesting. So I'm going to do this, and then that's the loop. Okay. Oh, no, it's A and D. Ugh. Ugh. So I need to do some sort of... I need to do a subtle wraparound. I got it. So I want to see something else. If I do this, does that disable that? So this might just be a learning thing. I don't actually know how to interpret these empty blocks. I assume that they don't really matter very much. So in this one, I can wrap around like this. And so now all the whites are on one side and all the... I'm not going to say it. Beautifully, beautifully, beautifully done. Yeah, because if I do that, then that's problematic. Got it. So the blanks don't matter. Wonderful. What a beautiful thing that was. Shall we go this way? I gotta say, I was just enchanted by these trees. Look at these lovely environments. Dude, I love when there's just an evocative object. Like, there's just this mechanical craney thing in the middle of this environment. And, you know, I've talked about this before, that, like, I really love that sense of wonder and awe and amazingness that games and media will capture. Oh, you're such a good baby cat. And, you know, you might ask the question, well, what if something isn't like sci-fi or fantasy and can't have that sense of wonder from objects that don't exist in the real world? And I think about something like the James Bond movies, where there's just something crazy that happens in like where they're like fighting on like a crane and jumping from crane to crane, where that's just like, it's like a really interesting object. Or in Weeds, in one of the early seasons of Weeds, there was like a plane just crashed through a roof with a bunch of soda in it. Like, I love how you can just take, I mean, these are trees and this is a crane, right? These are both normal objects. There's no one's gonna be blown away by this shit. But the fact that they're together. Yeah, oh, look at that little hint. There's a little castle there. But I was too enchanted by this lovely little piece here. Is this just trial and error? Huh. Okay. And it looks like I can't unsolve certain puzzles. Alright, hunting. If this game continues to stay this intriguing, I mean, it's like my favorite. So this is the one. Same thing. Shit, what the fuck did I do? So this is a memorization game, huh? One, two, fucking. Do you see the apple on the tree to the left? Do you see the apple on the tree to the left? Do you see how all the branches on the tree correspond exactly to this? It's not a memorization game. Do you see? Do you see the apple on the tree? Do you see how it corresponds to that? Alright, let's do it. Let's take a look. The apple of my eye. So it can't be from this side, because I can't see the entire thing. Must be from this side. So it's not the first or the second or the third branch, but the very first of the fourth. And it's not the first or the second or the third branch, but it's the very first on the fourth. God damn, that's fucking sick, dude. Apple on a tree. Ah, okay. So so this is a variation on the same thing, because you know, it's very easy for me to be like, all right, it's done. I solved it. Okay, so the very first question is which is the first and which is the second branch? And we'll be able to identify this by whichever one is missing a tree thing. So this is the very first side of the branch. So let's take a look at this and try to see where it's oriented. Okay. So this is how it's set up. So there's a broken branch that's going to correspond to this little tip here. So here is the broken thing that corresponds to this little tip here. And what's fantastic is that we know that it is on the broken tip side. It is as far away from the broken tip as humanly possible. Great. What a sick game. Oh my god, I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm getting through it. So I see. So it's this, but it's basically telling me I need to look at it from this side, right? It's not the first or the second or the third, but it is the fourth one from the left and up that way. Oh, yeah. Is there an implied apple? Now, so there's a couple questions going through my mind. Does this correspond to this tree? I don't think it does. We've had apples and trees for quite some time. Is there something else that's there? I mean, it could be something simple like the apple's just really fucking up there, you know? But it might simply be that this is not the tree that this corresponds to. There's a bright purple thing here. Perhaps that's a marker. So I should look, or not bright purple, there's a dark purple kind of thing. So is there a tree out here? So there's a tree, there's a tree. There's a tree, I don't see any other trees. There's a couple theories I have working. I'm just trying to eliminate a theory. Could be that this breaks the pattern, because starting from the left... See, there's a... So, okay, starting from the left, so you see how this... Actually, I can do it like this. No. So this thing corresponds to that. This broken thing corresponds to this. Then there's this break here, and there's another one there, and that corresponds to that. But see, here's the one where I'm spotting the difference, right? See, here's the fork and the fork, and then see how this goes up, but then it's broken. See, it goes up, but no, it's not broken there, right? And then you can see in the last fork it goes there. So I guess I'm going to go up the broken route. I think that's the one that's different. So maybe it wasn't about apples, it was about difference. Okay, cool. Let me up. I mean, can I... Okay, so there's... Again, evoking emotion and sensation without actually saying shit. We have been, like, okay, gameplay-wise, what have I been doing? I've been looking at branches in a tree. I've been looking at those forks and those branches in a tree. Then there is a game-like object that is, well, for the graph theorists out there, this is a tree, but, I mean... Even if you're not into that shit, this visually looks like the branching, splitting paths of a tree. And then I go up here, and not only is there the same shape, but it's the same branching forking, but instead with organic things like veins and nerves. This looks like cracks in a wall. I don't know, it's just like a nice, consistent aesthetic. Oh. So wonderful. So I'm up here. Beautiful bonsai trees. And I feel as though I've come to the conclusion of this path. Same image here and here. I feel like this is a game that is going to reward watchfulness. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a brief break. Be right back.